Well, good day. Good day. I don't know how to pitch this. Technically, it goes out at sort of 7 o'clock on a Friday, but anyone could be watching it at any time. So I'm just going to say hello and welcome to the whatever version of the S.H.O.P, Social Hub of Positivity this is. The reason I'm saying whatever version it is because we're filming lots and then we're putting them in, peppering them throughout the weeks to hopefully make a connection through the community, give people an outlet, and also give a voice to some of the more harder to reach areas of the society and community. We've been doing a lot, not harder to reach, or who don't have, they don't have that. And if you don't have that in your life, what have you got? Tell you what I've got. I've got one of the most popular, if not the most handsome men, besides myself, that I've ever met in Chippenham or any other town. Anyone else from another town watching and say that you're better looking than him, we should do a whole real gallery of this very lovely man, ladies and gentlemen, Maf Coathupe. If you can pronounce it, you're going to win a little award this week. Maf, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Well, listen, I personally, you always, for me, you are the mayor of Chippenham. You are the mayor of Chippenham.
Because I look like a horse.
No, not. What are you trying to say? The mayor of Chippenham looks like a horse.
Well,
that's just disgraceful. I would never say such a thing. Other towns have got
I'm
all
not in
sorts
the
of.
running.
Yeah, right. But when I say the mayor of Chippenham, as in you're the. Oh, the mayor as in a mayor. I get it. Sorry. Because obviously the mayor could be insulted for that. Don't take any offence. I mean, take a gate, but don't take offence. Maf, we've done lots of projects together, but I've known you since, for me, back in the day when you and your band of merry brothers used to. Did you coexist at Goldiggers back in the day?
We had three places we existed. We in the summer would be the swimming pool, obviously, the open air pool.
Yeah. Where's that gone, I wonder?
That's we were sort of in at the deep end there, but when we first went there, it was just like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
And then in the winter time, we extend our college course for like another 10 years.
Yeah.
So probably spent 15 years at college. Yeah. And then the Goldiggers come along, and we never ventured much further than Chippenham then, because it gave us everything we wanted as regards nightlife.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So give us a few of your highlights of the old Goldiggers days.
Here's one here.
That's one that's lovely.
Yeah.
And when I say highlights, let's share some photographs, Matt. You've got to give us some photographs of the highlights that we're talking about. And I'm not just talking about on stage. But you guys actually that had the whole place, didn't you? Had a right old crack. We just talked to Jack Frost as well. What memories of Diggers.
Yeah, we got memories in abundance, and this was before YouTube and Facebook and all these sort of social things, before the internet.
Well, when social meant literally social when an interface was actually facing someone.
Face to face, seeing the 3D, version of a human being.
Bad breath and all.
Yeah.
And I am referring to myself.
Yeah, it was a very trendy town. There was glamour, and there was cool guys and great music and fantastic bands, and so we were lucky.
No mention of the women there. There's no mention of the women, which is ironic for everyone that knows math. What about all the fantastic people, just right across the board, really fantastic.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was colourful,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And anywhere you go, if you mention Chippenham, the reference would be to A, how good looking the mayor was, and B, how lovely Goldiggers was.
It was,
you little Goldiggers beauties, you. Tell me any highlights of people that you saw there besides yourself in the mirror. Anyone else that you saw that you thought, yes, I'm glad I was here tonight.
Yeah, I saw John.
Don't mention me, because that would just be too embarrassing.
Richard Branson, he was there all the time.
Do mention me.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're not there. You're not. Richard Branson, remember? Yes.
He was there all the time.
Yeah.
He,
Dick Pickle. Remember we used to call him Dick Pickle. I don't know if anyone else did.
He jarred his neck, didn't he?
when he crashed that boat.
He crashed that boat.
He crashed that boat.
Yeah.
And he came to do the charity show, and he said to me, "So what were we raffling?" I said, "Your boat."
Yeah. I first saw
I think he smiled.
At the affair in Swindon before he took the Goldiggers open, and he said, he took it on, and he said, I said, I've just seen a documentary on you. And he said, "Oh, you're the one that watched it." So he was brilliant right from the word go.
Yeah.
But he was in a Goldiggers. He owned the place.
He did act like that,
Yeah.
which was a bit of an affront considering technically you did.
Yeah. I saw John Hurt there. And
that's right. I give him first aid. I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, John Hurt. I think it meant John Heap, who was on the door. Hurt when he ejected someone through the door.
John Hurt. He's like an actor.
Oh, he was an actor.
And he wasn't an animal. He was like the.
I'm not an animal. You kind of are, though, John, aren't you? You look like a narwhal. Why did you call him the Elephant Man? Why didn't you call him narwhal? Because he didn't have a tusk.
Small.
That's why.
He looked big on the screen because he had quite a big TV.
Yeah.
But he was like very small. And I said, "Are you going to play the new Tom Thumb? You know, instead of Russ Hamblin?"
Yeah.
But I think that really hurt him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, John was hurt.
So yeah, they were all there. All there. You know.
When we do some jokes about John Savage?
Yeah.
He'll be savage. Throughout the years, I mean, I literally thought you were the Mayor of Chippenham because I just always meet you on a bench somewhere in Chippenham, surrounded by all manner of people, which was always lovely.
Yeah.
I thought you were employed by the council, and it's a shame you're not, to do a consultation.
Yeah.
You know, just to find out sort of about the quality of life in Chippenham. It's changed a lot over the years. For the better, would you say?
It's still nice. Still a lovely place to be. It's the hub. You know, it's central.
Yeah.
It will always be central. It's basically one street, so you're going to bump into people.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not a careful driver.
Yeah. You can wear your mask over your eyes and decide to drive, which you shouldn't, because that is absolutely against the law.
Yeah.
Unless you're Dominic Cummings, in which of course it's encouraged. I mean, I try. What I thought I'd do is I would try to do some stunt driving. And it got me. You got to teach a kid, haven't you? Yeah. I'm all day. I'm doing stuff. I'm making up stuff about what's going on in the world for Boris, right? Who really doesn't know what's going on. So I'm making stuff up, right? On the weekend, I want to go for a long drive and risk my family's life. I'm Dominic Cummings. I love adventure. And that was a political broadcast on behalf of Dominic Cummings loves adventure. Oh, I'm driving through the air.
So
anyway, carry on.
The reason why nobody took anything seriously under the lockdown was Dominic Cummings.
Exactly. I mean, partly because I'm not being funny, but you remember when we were kids and we play off-ground tee, you knew the rules. Unless you got off ground, you would tug. With the pandemic, with the virus, it's like if you are in contact with anyone, you can catch it. What about the vulnerable people? Whoa, they better not catch it. What do you think we should do, maybe? I mean, I was asking a melon what a melon thought we should do. So, what you got to do, and I was like, so you've got to make sure that no one comes into contact. So what about people coming from abroad? I don't know about them. They're not the same sort of people.
Yeah.
They just bring as many of them, and as long as they're paying, you should bring as many of them as you can, because just like to keep the thing open. Anyhow, carry on.
When I was a baby, I mean, I had an allergy for melons, and it used to give me colic. So that obviously started me off on a melancholic sort of route. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's show with Maf Coathupe. You've done, since I've known you, lots of different hobbies. I mean, besides hanging around in your Speedos, and I'm not talking at the pool. You have been doing a lot of filming, a lot of on your phone, lots of beautiful. To be fair, this guy, besides being the mayor and knowing about the community, and having the best priorities in their mind, you have developed photography and kind of cinematography. What do you call it? Videography, isn't it? With the drone.
Yeah.
Drone scenario. Tell us a little bit. How did you get into that?
The drone thing. I always loved.
Don't drone on though, mate.
No.
Yeah.
I've always loved photography, and me and Charlie Toydo went to the Angel one day, and they had the free magazines in there, like stuff. Opened it up, and DJ were advertising a drone. Always loved aerial photography. You know, loved the picture in the museum, the one on the wall there. Could study that for hours. And Wiltshire Gazette would publish maybe a couple of times a year. They would have aerial photography, which I loved it. And
you know that their budget was so small that it wasn't a helicopter, it was actually a photographer catapulted over Wiltshire.
Yeah.
They used 14 photographers. Back to you, mate. Sorry about that.
I know the bloke that did it, and he was like a human cannonball, and he was like on 30 quid a day plus a bit of mileage. But when they sacked him, they couldn't find anyone of his calibre, you know?
Huh? He doesn't do this professionally, by the way. He just makes it up on the spot. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm starting a campaign. Maf Coathupe, yeah, for mayor of Chippenham. We need this guy. Carry on, mate.
Yeah. So they had this Open Up Stuff magazine, which I wouldn't normally buy. It's about £5.
Yeah.
So I looked at that and I thought, I've got to get that. And they were like quite expensive at the time.
Yeah.
So I did it, and they were pretty basic. You know, the gimbal was shaky. It wasn't that.
Just explain to anyone who doesn't understand that, because gimbal sounds mildly BSM-y, doesn't it?
Yeah.
BSM. What is BSM?
British School of Motoring,
yeah.
sort of thing, yeah.
Sounds a little bit like that. Yeah. What's a gimbal?
A gimbal is holds a camera stable. It's a stability gadget, and it was incorporated in drones and GoPros, and now it's built into your iPhone now. In the last couple of iPhones it's got stability in there now, but it's got. So you don't need a gimbal now. You can do it with software, but before it was a mechanical thing for keeping the camera still.
Right.
Where everything else moves, the camera will stay still.
Yeah.
So the early ones didn't have that. So some of the early footage was terrible, and it's like you don't even want to look at it because it's so bad. But it's priceless because buildings were being demolished and developed and stuff like that, which I try and keep on top of.
You keep on top of the buildings that have been demolished.
Top of the buildings, yeah.
That's got to be a health and safety hazard.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't try that at home. Don't try it if your home's been demolished by the council. Because partly they won't have consulted you about it because they like to build things. What about that multi-story car park? I know you've done a piece. Yeah. Should we put a piece that we're going to put some drone footage of stuff that we've worked together on. I'll talk about in a minute. What do you think about that multi-story car park that's been built where once there wasn't one?
It was condemned before it has even started. Monkton Park. People don't like anything happening in Monkton Park. They're sort of very precious and very territorial.
Well, I mean, I think I get it. That people generally want. Well, at least they want to be consulted if there's going to change to happen.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, and I will research this, or I won't research. Just get someone to research if there was a proper consultation that took place for that to happen. Because if there wasn't, I think it should be demolished by the very councillors that allowed it to happen, without consulting the very constituencies. But what do you think?
I think they've done a brilliant job.
Brilliant job of consulting?
No, constructing it.
Yeah.
And finishing it.
Yeah.
I think it's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
It's it's not the easiest thing to manoeuvre, but the top deck, for me, is like.
Are you talking about a drone now, or the car park?
About the car park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The top deck is it got?
It's like being on top of a ship.
Yeah.
So it's an unobscured view for 360 degrees.
Yeah, which is just what we need in Chippenham.
Yeah, which overlooks the park.
Yes.
It doesn't really disrupt Monkton Park so much.
Okay, so you're a fan?
I'm a fan, yeah.
You're a fan of it?
Yeah, I started liking it. As soon as they started cladding it, started giving it a bit of an aesthetic, I quite liked it. And
so I think regardless of its aesthetic, I mean, has it got, just interesting, has it got solar panels on the roof?
What would you want them for? Just for the lights, and it's got photoelectric cells, so the lights are off.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
As you go up, the lights come on.
Yeah. They go on. Yeah.
So that's energy saving.
How are they powered?
They're powered with electricity from the grid.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, big space. Even if see, here's my point. Basically, I think it's great if you like the look of it, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think I'm talking merely about the idea of non-consultation. I don't think it's appropriate for councillors. Many of them, to be fair, are fantastic people, give of their time, but don't know a lot about things. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're not specialists particularly. So the idea that they would go ahead with a construction without talking to people is a dangerous precedent. Well, and we've had dangerous precedents. We had Donald Trump, and here's a dangerous precedent, and he nearly killed everyone. We don't want that to happen in Chippenham just because the councillors don't know how to talk to people. Carry on. I'm glad that you like it, because you like Chippenham. You're a man of Chippenham.
And I like presidents. The butter is fantastic.
The cheese
is nice.
I've gone off dairy products though. I'm on plant-based. Look at
and
Game
John
Changers.
Fitzgerald and Gerald Fitzjohn.
Well, I'm not surprised they were compatible. Modern love, modern love. Quick aside, this is the wonderful Caroline. You know Caroline Catamel, don't you?
Caroline, yeah.
Yeah. This is how brilliant is this piece of art?
That's sweet.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
Is that one of hers over there as well?
No, that's all Alex's. Alex Moran's.
That's fantastic, isn't it? I
They're
love
one
that
of
one. It looks almost photographic.
That one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it as well.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. That is.
Mate, hands off. I think
Got
I'm
my eye.
Harriet Wyatt stuff, brilliant. Oh, there's just loads.
Yeah.
Rachel Melodies. We got Ryan Whiteside. Sorry, I've got up there to go because I always want to call him Whitstable. I don't know why. I think I'm thinking of Kent. Anyhow, here's the crack.
Hang on, right.
Go on.
Where would they put the solar panels? There's no roof. It's an open top. Where would you put the solar panels?
Seriously, mate, I've got places that you wouldn't even imagine you put solar panels. I'm just wondering what's on top.
Yeah.
You've been there. You've got a clip. Can we put your clip in?
You can put my clip.
Tell you what, we're going to put your clip in now.
Here he comes, Britain's Eddie Edwards.
Got no change. Got no strings. I chance it. It's all downhill from here.
Maf, we've known for years, as I say. Back in the day, he was being photographed, let's face it. Now he's doing lots of photography. We've really been very fortunate. Also, your fantastic son. You've done fantastic stuff, not just with Can Do, but with the BBC all over the world. He's fantastic, isn't he?
He's a lucky boy, isn't he?
Well, as I say, I don't know if there's anything such thing as luck. I'll tell you what it is, though. It's hard work, and this is a lesson for everyone out there who's thinking, how did Jack Coathupe get to Coathupe to how did he get to travel the world doing the thing that he's particularly good at? And it's hard work, lots of diligence, lots of hard work, but what an absolute fantastic human being.
All my cameras and do all this stuff, and it was creative. My daughter's like the same. She never developed it. But he was
developed the cameras, didn't develop digital. Digital.
And things were so black and white years ago. But anyway,
let's focus on Jack doing the camera. You and I. So in a way, it's interesting that both of your children, the ones that you know about, have acquired lots of fantastic. They're good-looking kids as well, which is good. It's handy. At least prove there must be something connected with you, because it can be awkward, couldn't it?
I love all my kids, you know.
Of course. Do you know Boris Johnson? No. You're much too in touch with the people, mate, to be Boris Johnson. I like Boris Johnson.
So do I.
Just not as Prime Minister. I just think that he's probably out of his depth. When he woke up, he went, do you know, the more I think about this, the less I know about it. I can't even do my hair. What am I supposed to be doing with a pandemic, man? Oh, no, I'm talking about pandemics. We wanted to do unnecessary things like HS2, destroy the whole world and give our mates contracts.
But you can't deny his popularity.
You cannot deny. Well, yes, he certainly did. And if I was a member of the Conservative Party and I had to choose from that absolute fantastic array of talent, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to go on with my life.
What about Keir Starmer then?
Forget it, mate. Nah.
You want a good bit of opposition?
No, no more party politics. It's ridiculous. Not you, we can talk about it all day long. Because that's the point, isn't it? We're always taught not to talk about politics or religion. And I've found out since I've got older and wiser that the reason why they don't want you to talk about it is because if you talk about it, even for 10 minutes, you realise that most of it's a load of cacaroopy. There's not a word in the dictionary called cacaroopy, but I'm going to put one in. We're going to show some footage of some drone work that Maf did for us up in Northumberland. I think the first one we'll show is from First Class, which has got thousands upon thousands of hits. We've got lots of feedback from television companies, and we're developing it, as you know, as a film, which we started to film, we were going to film up in Northumberland. Big shout out to My Life Productions and all the good people up in Alnwick in Northumberland again to do this project. But a little quick aside, well, let's see some of Maf's work.
And me, I'm pretend you hate my guts. You know I'd love you to look at me as much. My fire face in a fake black copyright. It holds my sleeve in your hands, trying to torture me.
Whoa, that's good, isn't it? Now, when we got to the location, I looked at the weather. We had a big crew, and we had lots of people. And Maf was doing on his own solo work with the old drone. And I looked at the weather. We'd got there quite late, and we struggled to get into our accommodation. It's another story. It's in the book. It will be in the book, though, which has got all about sustainable development, all about the local government and how they have and haven't done what they're supposed to have done over the last how many years. Anyway, we got up there. I look at the weather, but because he's driven all the way up there, I'm thinking to myself, I cannot ask this man to get up at this time, but this is possibly the only time we will have sun to be able to do those shots you've just seen. As it turned out, I got up and I thought he was still in bed. I asked one of the producers where, if Maf had got, he said, Maf, he said, he's been up, he's been out, he's filmed, he's done all the footage, I think you were, I don't know, you've gone for a walk or something, you were just relaxed. I went, wow, this was probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Probably wasn't even that. That's the sort of guy you get, as well as driving all the way up there. And what a great crack, wasn't it? Did we have a great crack doing that? That was fantastic. Sorry, I just reminiscent. Yeah. We can see some scenes of it just to get the idea of what a good project. Now, the other project that Maf. Oh, it's funny enough. We also filmed in Northumberland. We like a little jaunt up to Northumberland.
Yeah, we like it. Yeah, we're sort of familiar.
So I want to show in this segment some of Maf's other skills, which are, as you'll find, acting in front of the camera, as well as drone work. He was actually doing the drone work on the thing, but one of the main characters for the film.
Ding dong. Hello. Sorry to bother you. I've got my van here, parked it on your driveway. It's broken down. I need to get a part. I need to get into town. So is that okay to leave my van here while I just walk into town?
That would be absolutely fine. You can leave your van
thank
here.
you. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay.
It was really big in Croatia.
I love Croatian football. Bilic. I love Modric. I love a lot of the players from your neck of the woods.
Yeah, cool.
What do you call a dog with no ears?
I don't know.
You call it what you want, it can't hear you. Ding dong. Come on in.
You must be Maf.
Yeah, I'm Maf. This is Gilda.
Gilda.
I'll show you around the rest of the house. I'll show you upstairs.
Yeah, I'd love to see you. You don't really need that. Do you want to go to the shops? You go to the shops, don't you?
Yeah.
Let me give you somebody. You go to the shops. Oh yes.
Wow.
And get what you want.
£5.
Yeah. I'll see you in a couple of hours, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do you need to take your key?
You give her the key. Yeah, you'll be okay, won't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
If you need some more money, wait till tomorrow.
And I have to say, we again see this is why. See, thank goodness he can actually use the camera, because it'd be very, oh Maf, can you come on this shoot with us because you're a great laugh. I mean, it's a good idea to have people that are a great laugh, but having a brilliant skill as well. What do you think? Would you be into doing more of that, more
I loved
film?
it, yeah. I thought it was one of the greatest things I've ever done. Great location. You know, I was inspired by the people around me, and it was just, I thought it was fantastic.
It was an absolute joy, absolute joy. You guys all right? Okay, I just want to say a quick shout out to all the crew at Can Do Arts, Rebecca and Louis. Oh, you know you're really good. He's here. I want to say that's entertainment, Libby. That's entertainment. And I want to say, when the pandemic, when the virus finally goes, besides sitting on the bench and being surrounded by all manner of people, in your new role as the mayor, Maf for mayor, it's just got a ring to it. Maf for mayor. I'm going to say it from now. Right, mayor, how's it going? What are you going to do? What are your plans?
It's just simplest things. The simplest things, going to a cafe and sitting there and watching the World Cup.
Yeah.
It's the things that I've missed, you know. I love the car boot sales and the charity shops.
How many car boots have you got now?
I've had a problem with it for like 25 years. I just love it, you know. I'm an early riser, get up and do a bit of filming.
Yeah.
So I've substituted that with what I do now, filming.
Because you're quite well known for those of the many people that know you around Chippenham for like a little bit of travelling. Now a lot of people who have been locked down have actually literally been pulling their eyes out, and understandably so. And that's why we need to put more money into local community initiatives, not distributor roads, not ridiculous housing projects. We need to invest in people, their minds, their well-being, young people, middle-aged people, old people. We have got a pandemic or a tsunami of really bad things, unemployment, everything coming out. We ain't got time for projects that are going to destroy our environment. Where were you, Maf, for 8 weeks?
I went because the corridor was open, the travel corridor was open to the Canaries. So went to Tenerife for a week.
Nice.
With Suzanne. Suzanne had to come home because she's a teacher, so I decided to stay just a little while longer.
Do they say stay
Just a
little long? Did anyone actually say that to you?
No one actually said that. They said, will you go, walk out that door, and don't turn around now because you ain't welcome anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a bit hostile.
Yeah. So yeah, I bought a push bike, stayed in a hostel with a sea view, the sound of the sea, and just enjoyed it. And sort of, and then came back just before Christmas, see the family and that.
So let me just go over this one more time. So you went to Tenerife for a week. How long did you stay?
Just the 8.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
Riding along on a push bike, honey. So you've had a nice time then, have you?
It's been lovely, yeah. It's been, and it was also so lovely coming back. I missed it. I get homesick, and 8 weeks is the longest I've ever spent away from Chippenham. It's equalled with the time I went to a kibbutz in '82. So when I came
Did
back,
that kibbutz go kaput?
a kibbutz was it was proper communism.
Proper communism,
yeah, proper
as opposed to the illusion of communism
Yeah.
that was put in China and Russia. Just for anyone that doesn't really understand what socialism and communism, I'm not into any isms, but it's never really been tried, has it? As a real concept.
But everything was done equally, you know. The farm does well, so everybody gets a colour television, you know. So it's done, and it's like a lovely. It was a kibbutz movement that doesn't exist anymore. Or,
It has gone kaput.
Yeah, that's gone kaput.
The kibbutz has gone kaput.
Picking grapefruits up a tree, breaking a grapefruit in half.
It's got to be a song in
eating
there.
it,
Breaking
and then
it.
throw it at your friend who's picking on the other side of the tree. So
It's health and safety. You wouldn't get away with that these days, mate. Hey, you up there? What are you doing? You're up a tree, mate, and you're throwing things at other people.
It gave me the
Heebie-jeebies.
addiction to travel.
Yeah.
So that was life-changing thing. It taught me that I love travelling, but I love coming home. And wherever I go, I get home. I know I could get home. So it gave me that confidence to think that travel is the way forward. So that was like a life-changing thing for me. It all catapulted from there, really.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Then when you were catapulted, were you taking overhead shots of
Yeah,
the big? Because they're all, ladies and gentlemen, and we tie that into catapult photography. Okay, so you're just gonna do simple things when the virus is gone.
Yeah, I'm missing dancing. I dance.
Yeah, you do.
I dance 2 or 3 times a week. Do swap dancing.
What sort of dancing was that? What sort of dancing?
There's couples dancing, partner dancing, where you dance with a different person for every song.
Wow.
To modern music.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit older, probably 30 plus.
Yeah.
There's massive movement. It's like weekenders, like 7 major weekenders a year.
Like the Northern Soul. Have you ever seen in the Northern Soul?
Soul's individual dance.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying but that's a movement, isn't it?
That's
Check
another
that out,
movement,
people.
yeah.
Northern movement. What's your movement then? That sounds amazing.
Yeah, this is real fun. I love it. It's like face-to-face dancing, purely fun. A happy
Got any
place
clips?
to be.
Have we got anything we can put on this?
Yeah.
And is there a place locally that people can do it?
Yeah, Neil Hall.
Fantastic. Right. Who runs that then?
That was done by S.H.O.P, which is CEROC.
Oh, so is that geezer Michael? Is that
There's a guy called Michael.
Yeah, I think I met him. They do loads of dancing. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
Eddie the Eagle does it. We always see him locally.
Yeah.
He's always there. He loves it.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you do it, I think you never lose them moves or so.
Do people go there on their own? So it's not a case of you have to go
It's
there.
totally,
Right. So
if people feel safe, secure.
Right.
There's no like perverts there.
Good. I want to shame they can't say that about everywhere.
So
what if people want? So it would be. Would you say it's a good way to keep fit, or what's the main bit? Is it a fitness thing? Would you have to be fit when you started, or is it a thing you could get fit doing?
you could probably get fit doing it.
Even I. With this svelte.
It's for everyone. Everyone that wants to, I think every girl wants to dance. And the blokes don't really support that, Every girl would dance at a
in
party.
relationships. So yeah.
So it's just for well-being, healthy, sociable, and just gives you something to look forward to.
Yeah.
We've been stripped of that for a year now. So it will come back. It'll come back in abundance, I'm sure it will.
Yeah. I was the first male, this is true, the first boy in Sheldon School to get a dance qualification.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What, ballroom dancing?
Well, there was a bit of ballroom, but then I changed my...
The trousers.
No, goodness, there's children watching this. Math, ladies and gentlemen, math for mayor. Nightmare.
Yeah.
Where are we? We still... Yeah, brilliant.
Is that good?
I hope you haven't missed anything. How long have we been going? Half an hour?
Yes.
Do you anything you actually want to say?
So I've not really enjoyed it.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. Nothing. Oh, I love it. I love that. You can get some clips of that dancing thing. That'd be great.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That'd be superb.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful
I'll
Maf.
send it to you. Thanks for having me.
No,
It's been,
thank you very
great
much.
experience.
Love to the family.
We could
and
go on for like another 2 or 3
we are going
minutes.
to put your clips in regularly, aren't we? Man About Town. We're going to do a new sort of thing where, because Maf travels round, he's going to do broadcasts or recordings from the various towns around England and wherever else he is, and just give us we're going to put a few of his sketches.
Yeah, we've done those. I've got with Keith, Keith, he's brilliant.
Genius.
Yeah. He's
Mr.
very
Lovely.
creative, Keith.
It's hilarious, man. Your stuff's great. Well, people check it out. We're going to put it on this.
And Suzanne, she just.
Do you take you down to a place by the river? You can watch the boats go by. Can you spend the night beside her? Does she ever feed you tea and oranges? Ladies and gentlemen,
sorry,
Suzanne Leonard Cohen turning in his grave.
Yeah.
Right.
Suzanne
Nice one, brother. We will see you soon. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Take it easy, guys. Thank you out there. Go safe. Cheers. Bye.
Thank you.
welcome back to Can Do for another one of our interviews up here in the studio. Today, I'm really pleased to be joined by an old friend, a young old friend. Okay, his name's Lee Butler, but he's performing under the name Autumnboy. Welcome, Lee.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, you too, brother. So, Lee, first of all, we need to get this straight, right? We've known each other forever, probably more than 10 years.
It has been.
Which is like definitely more than half your life. Well, almost half your life.
Nearly.
Okay, but so I've known you in many incarnations, if that's the correct word.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Which is, first of all, bass player in an eyeballs out deathcore metal band. Right, raging and screaming and like sort of putting all that young thing, and then moving on to I know you play guitar, but you were the first member of that band to actually say, I really love doing this, guys, but this is not what I want to do for myself. All right.
Yeah.
So at quite an early age, you moved on and you went solo and started doing your own and producing your own music. All right, in conjunction with other collaborators. So tell me about how did you arrive at that? Because that was quite a big step to take.
Yeah, to be honest, like I think that when I first started making music in the first place, I really just wanted to express myself, and it just so happened that I ended up becoming a solo artist. Like I didn't even mean to be honest. I just found the whole emo rap thing online, and I was like, yeah, I could do that. I've got a Mac, so I just started kind of making beats and stuff and making it happen. But like in terms of the whole process of going from bands and that, it was like I ended up joining bands and just doing whatever was going on, because like I picked bass because it looks the easiest, and then slowly got better at music as I went from there. And so I was at the musical whims of everyone else within, like, that first project that I was in, and just happened to be deathcore. And I ended up really liking deathcore anyway. But as it went through all of it, it came to an accumulative peak of me realizing that, like, I came to faith and became a Christian. And a lot of the lyrics were really, quite dark and aggressive. And I wanted to just take a step back and kind of... I kind of came to a point where I was like, I need to make sure that the message and everything that I'm putting out is going to coincide well with my faith, my beliefs, and what I want
to find a way to communicate comfortably.
Yeah, exactly.
In your own voice, not someone else's.
100%. And that's one of the reasons why I've I've only been in one proper band since then, where I was the vocalist and I had the soul voice and all of it. And since then, ended up just doing solo stuff, whether it was just recording random songs or doing the whole Autumnboy thing. It's been mainly just because I'm very particular about what I want to say, and having a creative outlet is something that I don't want to be stifled. Yeah,
no, I totally understand that, and I think that it's a brave step, but it's also, if you want to be a solo artist, then you have to take responsibility for what you do, and it's your thing. Yeah. And if anybody else is helping you, they're doing it the way you want it done, and they're adding what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's 100%.
So you're controlling the message in that. So I totally get that. All right. So I've seen you in many guises, bass playing, on vocals I think one of the best gigs I ever remember is, I think might be the last time that Roads to Nowhere played in Gloucester at the Brunswick, and Tim couldn't make it, and you stood in on vocals, and you hadn't been in a band for like 3 years.
Yeah, it had been a minute.
But it was just mind blowing. It was crazy. You just came back and you slotted straight back in, because it was like in your muscle memory.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. Like I as much as I'm doing the whole sad boy emo rapper thing now, like I really miss playing in heavy bands so much.
It's really great being able to scream your lungs out with the band.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's something that's very cathartic about doing that and absolutely like owning a stage,
So tell us a little bit more, because you obviously the journey that you've been on, so you've mutated through, you went through a phase of doing a lot of spoken performance poetry.
Yeah.
All right, but I know that the musical instruments and what have you have come back into your sets now.
Yeah.
And you've like really sort of opened it up a bit. So basically, you do what you want.
Yeah, basically, it's one of those things. It was when I was about between the ages of 18 and 20. I found the band Being as an Ocean, and they had like spoken word poetry in their stuff, and I was like, yo, that's really cool. I want to do that. Like, and so from there, I ended up just kind of going, cool, I'm just gonna say things in an emotional manner and call it poetry and see what happens. And I think that poetry and like, expression and stuff like that is as vast a thing that it could maybe be called poetry. And so it ended up kind of going from there. And to be honest, it's one of those things where it's been really nice because it's been there when it's needed to be, and it's been like a part of my arsenal as an artist. And when it doesn't need to be, then it doesn't need to be. Like, I don't feel like I have to force it into songs and that.
Isn't that exactly it? The real power of all the strings that you've got to your bow that you can do. You can bring whatever you wish to bear.
Yeah.
But it's your choice.
Absolutely.
Right? And you don't have to justify it. You don't have to explain it. You just got to do it.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one because actually I've got like nearly an entire record of stuff written that's none of it's out yet. That is like it pertains more to conventional pop song structure. And as I wrote those things, I was like, dang, this really none of it needs poetry in it. As much as I really love that stuff, and I'm kind of like, man, I would really like to do more of that. It's just I've kind of gone off in a direction where it's like, yeah. But my last record, almost every single song had poetry on it. So it's, I guess, what is needed, and also just how I want to express. Because I feel like, I don't know, like there's a presumption a lot of the time over different types of vocals, I would say, that the best way to express yourself is through singing, and I think that's more in a mainstream sort of light, at least, but like as I've gone into more underground styles of music and learned to express myself more, I found that sometimes singing really is the best way to do it, but sometimes I need to scream it, and sometimes I need to be able to say it in a spoken word sort of poetry-esque way. And yeah, I don't know. It's it makes me really excited that I am able to do that, because then when I have a piece and it like flows in and out of these different parts,
you can go into everything, can't you?
Yeah, it's like I listen back. It's like my most recent single that I'm going to be dropping this month. I listen back to it and I'm like, yo, I've said this in a way that it's exactly the way that I wanted to say it, if that makes sense. And it delves into a couple of different things. There's no poetry in this one, but like hearing it back, I'm like, yo, like this is exactly how I wanted to put it out there. And I'll hear it and it almost like touches in with my soul, of like, wow, that's how I felt, I don't know.
So, I mean, obviously you finished studying now.
Yes.
Okay. And like, I mean, obviously I know you're living and working locally, but what's the scenario going forward? I mean, obviously we need to come out of lockdown, and we need to, I mean, the whole industry's been devastated. Venues, bands, all the people that, however, what they've been doing. So, I mean, what's your plan to go back to that? If able.
Well, in terms of just like music and everything like that, I really want to, when lockdown has, stopped and we're back to some sort of semblance of normalcy, I would love to be able to be playing shows again. I'm working with a booking agent now, and I'm working with a label for new releases. So I'm really excited about being able to do that. And hopefully I'll just be able to tour as much as possible before going on to, whatever might the next step sort of be, like going up to the next level. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up just doing this like this for a while, because realistically, what I care about the most is being able to reach people with a message, just share my faith with people and let them know that it's okay to feel the things that they're feeling. And so whatever level I do that on, I'm stoked.
You've been on this mad journey, and I've seen you grow from a sort of a bright, interesting young lad, all right, into a big man. Okay, but I've seen you grow as an artist, and I've seen you sort of, you know, get to know yourself more, get to be more aware of what you're capable of, and develop the confidence that helps you like sort of kick doors down. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Right?
Don't just come into every situation, walk in a candy war.
If you can kick a door down for an entry, then do it. That's right. Yeah, I just want to say what a pleasure it's been for me to see you grow in that way.
Thank you.
All right, and to and have all those amazing musical memories that we've got, tours and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
That we can't go into now. Cause
if only. Maybe next time.
What happens on tour stays on tour. All right. Okay, so I just want to say massive thank you for coming in and sharing your work with us.